What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakely podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakely, aka Brandon Lee TV. You know, I got another banger for you, so kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Guys, if this is your first time within the Live with Brandon Blakely podcast, of course, like I mentioned, I am your host. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff that we got going. And follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV to stay up with all the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blakely podcast. Because I am bringing you the hard hitting content on all things sports with a very fresh take on things. Welcome in. Now, a lot of you guys that have been in the live streams, that have been commenting on my videos, have really encouraged women's college hoops, more content coming out. And I told y'all, I got y'all. When the season starts and we are in exhibition mode right now, hey, what's good? What's good? Welcome, man. We talking college hoops tonight, women's college hoops. We got really just award predictions, man. A list that I put together. And I definitely want y'all's perspective on the awards too. Anybody y'all think we're missing? Anybody that you would put up for the award? You know, I came up with my own awards list. Y'all been asking for the women's college basketball content. The season's underway. Things kicking off on Monday for most teams officially after the exhibitions wrap up. Hey, man, we got to talk about it. We definitely got to talk about it. So welcome in, my friends. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And with no further ado, man, let's get into it. So first, I want to start with Player of the Year. And this is going to be a heavily coveted award, but I think it's really going to come down to two players. The first being Paige Bueckers. Last season, you see the stats. 21.9 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 3.8 assists, shooting an incredible 53% from the field. Now, the thing with Paige Bueckers, y'all, we really got to sit here and digest because not only is she the most efficient player in the entire country, but she spent most of last year playing out of position. UConn had her at the 4, people. Hey, George, I got you. I got you. Hey, I got you. Y'all requested I got you. We definitely will do some in-game content. I will definitely talk some LSU. But just looking at the National Player of the Year race, Juju Watkins, of course, Paige Bueckers, had an incredible season. Most people considered it a down year for UConn, and they still made the Final Four. They were injury-ridden, lost over half their roster to injuries last season. Paige Bueckers and Aaliyah Edwards carried this team to dang near the promised land. Of course, Nika Mule, a big part of that. Edwards is gone. Mule is gone. But Bueckers is back along with AZ Fudd and a mob of talent. They bring in Morgan Shelley. They bring in the number one player in the country, Sarah Strong, who we will talk about a little later. They bring back Aubrey Griffin. KK Arnold had to grow up really fast. Ashlyn Shade. A lot of talent. But when you look at Paige Bueckers, she is the tip of the spear for UConn. She is what you call defined as adversity, toughness, a will to win. After a stellar freshman year where she won National Freshman of the Year, put her name on the map, and was a bigger star than Caitlin Clark coming out of high school. She had 2 back-to-back years where she had season-ending injuries, and then last season she comes back and puts together one of her best performances on both sides of the ball. Paige Bueckers is a point guard at 6 foot. They had her playing at the 4, and she was holding her own defensively. She was crashing the glass. And there's just no wasted movements with her approach to the game. She's cerebral. She wants to rip your heart out. Very effective from the field. Can shoot it. Can score it from anywhere on the floor. And I think she will have the most talent around her that she's had in some years with UConn. This could be Gino Auriemma's deepest team this season that we've seen in quite some time if they can stay healthy. But I definitely think Paige Bueckers will have a great chance to win Player of the Year. I think those assist numbers go up. I think the rebounding can go up a little bit as well. So I'm excited to see what she does this season. Watch out for the Paige Bueckers Revenge Tour. Juju Watkins, freshman sensation, National Freshman of the Year, second in the nation in scoring last season. There's not a Player of the Year conversation without talking about Juju Watkins, who is probably playing with her the most talent she's ever played with USC. They bring in Kiki Ariathan, they bring in Talia Von Ohoff, Kennedy Smith, one of the top freshman classes in the nation. Juju last season was incredible. Dizzy Vet, welcome in, everybody. Talking some college hoops. Y'all requested it. You know I had to come through for y'all. Last season, Watkins averaged 27.1 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 3.3 assists. Shot 40% from the field. That is something that I think will improve is her shot selection. Her being more effective with the basketball, scoring the basketball, and just getting teammates involved more because she's going to command so much pressure. Juju Watkins is definitely going to be a strong candidate to win the Player of the Year race, though. She comes in as probably overall the most talented college player in the entire nation. If she would have went pro last year, I think she would have been a top 3 pick, to be honest with y'all. And just looking at her trajectory, the fact that she's going to be terrorizing college basketball for 3 more seasons is absolutely insane. But yo, Dizzy, I've been good, man. Alive and healthy, bro. How you been? How your week going? We got Halloween tomorrow, man. Anybody taking the kids out for trick or treating? Let me know. Let me know. But yeah, let me know them Halloween plans. What y'all got going on? But yeah, Juju Watkins, man, is going to be a movie this year. She's coming back 1 year under her belt, understanding the game. And I definitely think that she, from a pure talent standpoint, we really haven't seen a player like her with just her fluidity, her ability to get it off the dribble, her ability to just knock down the mid range and get to her shot with like minimal effort and as much as like the least space as possible, she can get a shot off. So I definitely love Juju Watkins as far as just a shot creator, a shot maker. She's big, she's strong, she can finish through contact, she can get to the cup. She's a shot blocker, and they bring back Ryan Marshall as well, who we will also talk about a little later in the show. But Juju definitely going to be one to watch for that Player of the Year. And then rounding out the list, my wild card, y'all know I got to keep a wild card for Player of the Year, is Flau'jae Johnson. Last season averaged 14.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists per game, shooting 50% from the field. Paige, I really am predicting to have a massive breakout year. LSU is going to be relying on her extremely heavy. Her and Anissa Morrow, they could end up being the most productive duo in the entire country looking at it. But Flau'jae, with the tutelage under Simone Augustus, I think she takes that next step. I think we see her more in a combo role this year, where she's handling the basketball, creating plays, and setting up teammates. But also, I think her scoring takes an uptick. I don't know if y'all watched the exhibition game that LSU played against Xavier, but Flau'jae had a 30 ball. She has come out and looked super aggressive. She's hunting her shot, and she knows LSU is her team this year. I think she is going to be a big time performer this year. She's like a female Dwayne Wade, in my opinion. Like in space, you can't stay in front of her. She's got an elite Euro package. She's got an elite layup package. Can finish with either hand. Can finish through contact. Can finish contested shots as well. Is looking even more confident shooting the 3 ball, which was never really an issue. And she's a lockdown defender. Out of everybody that we've mentioned, Flau'jae Johnson is the best defender, and that could help set her apart. All right, moving on. Speaking of defense, defensive player of the year, man, I think it's going to be a really close race. But my pick is Ryan Marshall, man. She comes back last season, one of the league leading shot blockers in the entire nation. Um, 2.7 blocks per game. She's continued to improve on the offensive end, but with Kiki Irafe in that lineup now, she can focus more on the defensive side. She doesn't have to be the number one low block scoring option for USC. So definitely keep an eye out on Ryan Marshall. 6'4", moves very well laterally, great timing, great length. Guards multiple positions, doesn't get into a whole lot of foul trouble, and she just has natural shot blocking instincts, man. And she's going to be active on the glass as well. They're definitely going to need her to anchor the paint and be that force in the middle for them, because that's really not Kiki's game. But my second pick though, who I think could definitely make a run at this award too, is Ashlyn Swatkins. They do not call her Swatkins for no reason. I'm going to just let y'all know that now. Now, the question mark that we have on Ashlyn Watkins is we don't know exactly when she's going to be eligible to play. But when she does get back on the court, I think she will be in the running for most improved player as well as defensive player. She went from 0.8 blocks in 2022 to 2023 to 2.4 blocks. Look at that trajectory, man. She almost tripled her blocks per game. Watkins, when you talk about probably the most athletic player in the entire nation, getting up and down the floor, dunks the basketball with ease, extremely mobile, can block shots from anywhere, can run you down, guards multiple positions. I mean, there is a lot to like about Ashlyn Watkins, and I think, man, she's got the potential to be a number one draft pick whenever she decides to come out. Who in the next rounds of the draft should I look at for pick for the Fever? I mean, it's a lot of them depending on if they're going backup point guard or big. If they're going backup point guard, they might want to take a strong look at like Lucy Olson. I think she would be a good one. I respect Juju size, like the way she moves in the paint. Flage is raw and talented, absolutely. She has a strong mindset, moves like a bull in a china shop. Yeah, when Flage gets downhill, man, forget about it. She's getting to that cup, and she's really on another level right now, respectfully. Um, so yeah, LSU, the first game against Lafayette, Flage had a 30 ball. But yeah, Ashlyn Swatkins, with a name like Swatkins, you know she's going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year race. I think that with her in the lineup, like South Carolina is hands down the favorite. She can be that number one low block option. I see her scoring going up. She averaged a double double in the 4 games that Camila Cardoso was out last year, so something to note. But the thing is, we really don't know when she's going to be eligible to come back and play basketball. That's the only thing. We don't know when she will be cleared to come back. But when she is, Swatkins will be on high alert. But those are my two to watch for player or defensive player of the year. Looking at sixth player of the year, man, I gotta go no further than Malaysia Full Wiley. Last season off the bench, averaging 11.7 points, 2.9 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and I mean that's less than she played less than 25 minutes per game. And you're looking at her impact off the bench because I don't think she'll start this year, but it's going to be hard for Coach Don Staley to keep her off the floor. He is literally a female Kyrie Irving, the most electrifying player in the entire country next season, or this season, I should say. Elite handles, elite handles. One on one, forget about it. In space, forget about it. You're not staying in front of Lay with the butter. If she gets to the cup, she's finishing with either hand. She's going over you. She's going under you. She's going around you. The three-point shot is there. The mid-range is there. The floater is there. The playmaking ability, I think, will continue to improve, but that is there. When you talk about the biggest spark plug in the nation coming off the bench, having a Malaysia Full Wiley, who would be the starting point guard for about 99.9% of the rest of the nation. Having her coming off the bench is an extreme luxury, and I definitely think she will be in that running for sixth player of the year. Just her spark, her energy. Defensively, she's picking pockets. She's got great hands, great hip movement. She's active hands. If the ball is loose, she's quicker than you. She's going to get to the cup. So I definitely think she will be one of those players to watch for that sixth player of the year award. Malaysia Fulwali is a superstar in the making. She could easily be in the most improved player list as well coming in this season. But I definitely think she will be in the running for that sixth player of the year. Another player from South Carolina also, oh no, actually not South Carolina. So we're going Texas for this one. Jordan Lee is another player that I think could be really special coming off the bench for Texas. McDonald's All-American, one of the top 10 freshmen in the country, probably the best perimeter defender in the entire country as far as freshmen go. Lockdown defender, helped Team USA win a gold medal, and she just brings the energy. She's a great glue player. She is confident within her ability to make shots, take big shots late in games. She's not afraid of the moment. But as a freshman, y'all know defense gets you on the floor quicker than anything. Defense is always going to get you on the floor. If you guard, you're going to play. Jordan Lee is coming into a situation where the backcourt is absolutely stacked Texas. Let's not get it twisted now. I mean, Madison Booker, Roy Harmon just got cleared. You got Layla Filia, who's coming in, the top scorer for Michigan last season. One of the top transfers in all of the nation, y'all. So Jordan Lee is not going to be thrust into the fire, but I think she will be ready to contribute and capable of contributing for day one. So those are my 6 player of the year. Now, looking at freshman of the year. I think we got to start with Sarah Strong, #1 player in the country coming in. And I honestly think Joyce Edwards is the most talented freshman in the entire nation. She's a generational talent. She will be an All-American, future first-round draft pick. She's so elite. But Sarah Strong is going to have more opportunity. For one, she's going to probably be thrusted into the starting lineup for UConn from day one, starting at that 4. One, because of her skill set, her ability to shoot it, pass it out of the post, bring it up the court, finish through contact, and she's an elite rebounder. But it's also necessity for UConn, man. Like, they don't have a lot of depth in the front court. So I think Sarah Strong will have more opportunities than Joyce Edwards. She will play more minutes. She will get more reps, and she probably will produce more in year one, which is no slight. It's just she's in a better situation to succeed immediately, to contribute a big load immediately. Because they're going to need another playmaker to take that pressure off of Paige. They're going to need a Aaliyah Edwards spot to be filled. And honestly, there's nobody better on the roster to play the 4 than Sarah Strong. I do have Joyce Edwards, though, in the running for it. You talk about one of the most decorated high school players in the nation coming in this season. She's already played big minutes and has been excelling through South Carolina's 2 exhibition games. She already is proving that she is a generational talent. You're talking about a player that can pretty much play the 2 through the 5 at 6'3", long arms, moves really well up and down the court, can bring it up the court, run the point forward, can score it down low, super skilled, plays back to the basket, can shoot the fadeaway, elite finisher, welcomes contact, bulldozer. When you talk about a bull in a china shop, Joyce Edwards is coming through. She can shoot the basketball, shoots the 3. Like, there's no true weakness to her game. She's just at this point sharpening everything that's going on. But the foundation is there. The thing is, how much opportunity will she have? I think she will be a big contributor to South Carolina, but will it be enough opportunity? Will she play enough minutes than the other freshmen that I'm mentioning to really be in the running for this Freshman of the Year award? Because it's been a long time since Coach Don Staley has had a Freshman of the Year. And we know South Carolina does it by unit. It could be anybody's night. They're about the team awards. They don't really get a lot of singular accolades. Rounding out my freshman, though, I got Jelani Cambridge, one of the top point guards in the nation. I think she will be a starter and an elite talent from day one at Ohio State, who lost their backcourt to the draft in J.C. Sheldon and Celeste Taylor. So, I mean, Jelani Cambridge is going to have the keys immediately. You're talking about arguably the most silky and smooth, most elite passer with the best handle in this freshman class, like complete point guard. Battled some injuries, but shown that she's elite in the pick and roll. Her and Cody McMahon are definitely going to cause all types of ruckus in that 2-woman game for the entire nation. Explosive first step. Just saucy, man. She kind of has that Malaysia full volley layup package and handle bag where, she just embarrasses defenders. And with her being thrown into the starting 5, thrown into the fire from day one and having the ball in her hands, I think she has a really great chance of winning Freshman of the Year. Rounding out the list, though, for the awards, I got to talk about most improved players. And honestly, man, there's a lot of players that could have been on this list. But when you talk about most improved, I'm expecting players that may have not performed to their full capability last year, but will break out this season, maybe because of departures, maybe because of a larger role that's embraced, or maybe just because of some effort and some work that has been put in on the offseason. But first off, I got Chloe Kitts, 9.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, and she started a lot of games last year for South Carolina, right? But with Ashlyn Watkins out, she may be forced to be the #1 scoring option down low for this team. Now, Kitts, I don't know if y'all have been seeing her in the lab. First off, she balled balled on 8 for 11 in their in their last exhibition game. Had a double-double. We know she can spread the floor, shoot the basketball. She's lights out from three. She can get it off the dribble. She's worked on those perimeter skills to the point where if they want to go big, I definitely could see a situation where Chloe Kitts is playing some three. I'm just saying, man. So I think she will definitely be one to watch out for as far as most improved. I could see her averaging a double-double. I definitely think the scoring will go up because, frankly, she's going to have more shot attempts this year. I think she's going to play more minutes, and Coach Dawn Staley is going to rely on her more. I mentioned in one of my last videos about 5 breakout players for South Carolina. Chloe Kitts is definitely on that list. And when I say breakout, man, I just think that she is just tapping into the surface of her game. She's been around a couple of years. She's won a national championship. She's waited her turn, and this is the prime opportunity for her to really turn up and take control of this front court and be that number one option. Because Coach Don Staley's talking about it, man. They haven't had anybody really step up and command that Aaliyah Boston role, that Camilla Cardoso role, that Asia Wilson role. Chloe Kitts could be that person this year. She's talented. She's got that dog in her. She's tenacious. She comes from a winning pedigree. She knows what it takes to win a title. And she's selfless, man. And she just plays hard. So I definitely think she will be in it. Now, my next player that I'm about to mention is definitely going to maybe ruffle some feathers. But I got to bring her in because I truly believe this. And this is no gimmick. This is no facade. I truly believe Haley Van Lith is going to have a bounce back season. I don't think she ever was comfortable in Coach Kim Mulkey's system. She was like the fifth option most nights. Was open a lot of times. Never really got shots swung back to her. But last season, she still averaged 11.6 points, 2.4 rebounds, a career high 3.6 assists, but it was a career low shooting from 3-point range as well as the field. Never really found her field. She was getting cooked on defense. She got exposed a lot. I think she unfairly took a lot of blame for LSU's failures and shortcomings last season. I think a fresh start was absolutely needed. And TCU, we got to remember, was an undefeated team, was ranked in the top 25 before injuries decimated this roster so bad that they had to have open tryouts to field a team. Haley Van Lith, I think she'll get back to her Louisville form. Let's not forget when she was averaging 19.7 points per game and leading them to Elite Eights. She is one of the most talented scorers, one of the most elite mid-range assassins, tenacious competitors that we've seen. Do not let one year leave a bad taste in your mouth over the last 3 years that she's given us, where she's been one of the most productive scorers and guards in the entire nation. I think she gets back to that form this season. She's been in the lab. She went and competed in the Olympics, won a bronze in that 3v3, and honestly was the best player on that team for majority of their games, man. I think she comes back with a vengeance this year. I'm excited to see Haley Van Lith take the court again. A new environment was absolutely needed, and I think a fresh start at a last chance U type of situation her last year to really improve her draft stock and get on some draft boards is going to be this year. I think before the season last year coming to LSU, a top transfer, we were expecting a super team, a repeat national champions, and for all of them to go to the league. And that did not happen. Haley Van Lith is now off that team and off to greener pastures for her purposes, hopefully. But I think last season coming in, she was probably a fringe first-round draft pick. Now she is undraftable. And I think this is going to be the chance of TCU to play her way back into some draft boards and a WNBA career. So, last but not least, Coach of the Year, I was going to leave up to the chat, but it ain't too active in here right now. So, I'm going to throw out who I think it definitely, in my opinion, Dawn Staley, but also don't sleep on Coach Gottlieb of USC. Don't sleep on Coach Kenny Brooks at Kentucky, starting a new regime there, bringing in Georgia Moore, one of the best point guards in the nation. Those are definitely going to be some coaches to look at. Yo, Jersey Wolfenbarger, hey, John, I'm telling you, 6'4" McDonald's All-American guard at 6'4", if they can get her to reach her max potential, she is going to be a problem. If they can keep her healthy, she is definitely going to be a problem. Guys, if this is your first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, all that good stuff to stay up with all the latest and the greatest with the Live with Brandon Blakely podcast. Thank you so much to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. I appreciate it. Just wanted to hop on, talk some award shows with y'all, and really just get down, get active, get into the business. Because college basketball season is under full swing. Yes, yes, yes. Hey man, much love to y'all. I will be back live later throughout the week. I will continue to have more content for y'all moving in. Saheed, welcome in, guys. We're about to wrap up, but I will be back live this week, and I will continue cracking out the content with women's college hoops upticking. Y'all know I got y'all covered on everything sports related. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV. Much love, George. Until next time. Hey, we out.